it's Lucy, and today I'm going to be doing my Booktube-A-Thon TBR. If you don't know, Booktube-A-Thon is a readathon that takes place every year. It's hosted by Ariel Bissett, and I will be leaving a link down to the Booktube-A-Thon channel down below. This is a really fun, kind of booktube-wide event that I love. I've taken part in it for the past 2 years since I've been on BookTube, and I've had so much fun every time. And now I'm just going to tell you guys what I plan on reading for that week. All of this is subject to change because I am doing this TBR a little bit in advance. I might actually read some of these books before the readathon actually starts, depending on how I'm feeling. The first challenge is to read a book with the person on the cover. For this one, I've chosen The Winner's Crime by Marie Rutkowski. This is the second book in the Winner's trilogy. I read the first one last year and I really liked it, so I'd like to continue on in the series. Not sure how fast of a read this will be, but I have faith in myself. The second challenge is to read a hyped book. For this one we have I'll Give You the Sun by Jandy Nelson. This isn't so hyped as of right now, but when I first got on BookTube, I remember hearing so many things about it. I've been planning on reading this for so long. This has been in so many TBRs and I just have never gotten to it, so I really want to get to it this week. I'm not really sure what this one is about. I do know that it's told from two twins' perspective after something I think traumatic happens to them, and one twin's perspective is in the past and one is in present day. It's supposed to be really heartbreaking. I'm looking forward to it. Finish a book in one day. The Princess Saves Herself in this one by Amanda Lovelace. This is actually crossover from my regular TBR, so good for me. I might end up reading this before the readathons though, because I am really excited to read it. But for now, this is a book I'm going to use for that challenge. I do have other books I could fit for that challenge, so it's not a big deal if I do read it before. But all I know about this one is a book of poetry. I assume about a princess. I think there's some feminist stuff and self-love stuff going on in here. I'm not sure. I've heard good things and I'm excited to read it. Read about a character that is very different from you, and for this challenge I've chosen a graphic novel, and the graphic novel is Miss Marvel Volume 4. This is actually Volume 3. I don't have Volume 4 yet. I have to go pick it up from the library. So Miss Marvel is pretty different from me. She is a Muslim American superhero, which I am none of those things. So yeah, she's pretty different from me, and I'm really enjoying this series. I haven't read Volume 3 yet, but by the time of the readathon I will have read this. I'm probably going to read this today actually. Finish a book completely outdoors. So for this one I had to choose a short one, and I actually have two options for this. Wink Poppy Midnight by April Genevieve Tucholke. This would be a reread for me, as I read it last year and loved it. It was one of my favorite books of last year, and I've been wanting to reread it since I read it basically, and I just haven't gotten to it. I want to reread it so that I can review it properly, and so hopefully that could happen. The first time I read it in 2.5 hours, so I know I could probably just go sit outside and read it in one day. So this could also do the read in one day challenge. If I do end up reading The Princess Saves Herself in this one before the readathons, I could use this for that challenge as well. This is a very atmospheric book that I don't really want to tell you exactly what it's about, because a lot of the book is kind of discovering for yourself. So I will read you what's on the dust jacket. Every story needs a hero. Every story needs a villain. Every story needs a secret. Wink Poppy Midnight. 2 girls, 1 boy, 1 summer, 1 bad thing. What really happened? Someone knows. Someone is lying. And if that doesn't intrigue you, I don't know how to get you to read this book. My other option for this challenge is Every Heart a Doorway by Shannon McGuire. This could also be the super hyped book, because I haven't heard one single bad thing about this book, honestly. So yeah, and it is pretty short as well, so I think I could just sit outside and read it in one day. So it could also work for that challenge. So I have plenty of options for 2 of these challenges. Read a book you bought because of the cover. This is another one where I have 2 options. First, if I'm feeling super ambitious that week, we have Uprooted by Naomi Novik. This is like a 500-page book or something like that. Almost 500 pages, so we'll see how I'm feeling. But this is the closest to a cover buy I feel like I have, because I did want to read the book, but I went out and bought this specific edition because of the cover. And this is a story about a town that's kind of plagued by their forest that's near them, and a wizard called the Dragon keeps the forest from eating them all or something, and the only thing he asks in return is that every 10 years he gets a girl from the village to help him out and do stuff, and the main character is chosen as a girl this round, and we follow her. My other option is Gravity Falls Journal 3. This is kind of more of a coffee table book. It's full of pictures and things like that, and cute. I could use this for the challenge because I got it because it says Journal 3 on the cover and has to do with a cartoon I really liked. I'm more likely probably to pick this one because it's definitely a shorter read. And this, as I said, is just based on a TV show called Gravity Falls. And this like specific book is a prominent part of the TV show. So the writer made it like a real thing, and it has like a ton of bonus extras from the show and stuff. And the last challenge is to read 7 books. I don't have a specific book picked out for this. It's kind of a toss-up. It's based on what I will have already read. Like, for example, the challenges that I have options for, I might choose one of the other options to read for the 7th challenge. I have a bunch of books out from the library, so I might choose one of those. Right now, I'm leaning towards The Gentleman's Guide to Vice and Virtue, which I definitely picked up on a whim. I saw it at the library, it was new, so I was just like, yeah, let me pick that up right now. I don't know, I might read it before, like I might read it this week, but if I haven't read it, this is likely what I'll be picking up, but not sure. And this is by Mackenzie Lee. And yeah, I've heard a lot of good things about this. I think it's like historical fiction almost. It's supposed to be really funny, and it's kind of like a road trip across Europe. I clearly know not that much about this book, but I do know that it is a male-male romance. So those are all the books that I have planned for this readathon. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, please be sure to give it a thumbs up. If you have any opinions about any of the books that I mentioned, please be sure to leave a comment down below and let me know what you're reading for the Booktube-A-Thon if you are taking part. If you haven't already, please be sure to subscribe to my channel because I make more videos where I talk about books. Again, thank you so much for watching. I'll see you in my next video. Bye!